Now we're recording. All right, we're doing 3.3. Again, just as a quick warning, some of this stuff here is not exactly like the homework, but I'm going to warn you. I'm going to say, hey, watch out right here, watch out. And then we're going to go do the homework eventually. We'll probably have enough time to see that today, but we'll see. Anyways, weighted means. So we could just take the average. That's easy enough. But now we got to say, well, some weights are more important. And a perfect example is this first one where we have different percentages for different things in the class, right? So we got like our chapter applications or homework or quizzes or exams. And so they all have different weights to them. And that's what they're kind of getting at. I don't know about this formula. It looks pretty crazy, but I'm going to show you how it does. We're going to multiply the two numbers together, and we're going to just add it up, and then we're kind of done. So let's go through this problem. You can see that we have 50% is from your test score. Okay, so that's like half the class of the final grade is devoted just to exams. And I think in this class it's around 60 something, right? So anyways, that's what they're saying by these, like 50% is from the test. But then I go and find your individual scores, right? So like your test average was an 86. Is that kind of making sense, the difference there? No? Okay, so this is you. Yeah, this is your scores. This is like the class kind of scale, I guess. And so what we're going to do is break them up into two different columns. I'm going to use X and I'm going to use F. And so this is going to be my scores, versus here this F is normally percentage or normally frequency, but here I'm going to do percentage. Okay, so I'm wanting to like break it up into two separate columns. Let's start with the test. So on the test, that's supposed to be 50% of the class, right? That's the like scoring. We're going to get 50% of it. But what did I get on my tests? What was my score? What do I put here? 86, exactly. So I got an 86. But now it's going to be like half of that's going to be put towards the whole of the entire class. Very good. And then we got midterm. And so again, midterm, they're saying it's 15%. But I got a 96. Yep, you got it. Yep. No, you're good. You're good. And then we got a final, and that is supposed to be 20%. But I got 98. Perfect. And then finally, the last one was a homework. Sorry for my handwriting there. Homework's supposed to be 5%. Ours is a lot more than that, by the way. Oh no, I skipped computer lab. Okay. Thank you for seeing that. Okay, there we go. Lab. There's like it's all horizontal here. Thank you for that though. Computer lab was 10%, and I got a 98 again. And then finally the homework. That was 5%, and then we got 100 exactly. Okay, so that's how we're going to set it up. We're breaking it down into different columns, and then we're going to do math with it. It's very simple math, of course, at this point. What I want to do is I want to multiply these two together and get a new result. And I'm going to call it the product. If you know how like English words work, product just means multiply, essentially. So I'm going to multiply these straight across. Like this 86 times 50% is equal to something. The 96 times the 15% is equal to something, that kind of thing. So what I want to do is, of course, get a calculator up to help me. Desmos. Froop, froop, and sroop. Okay. So I want to do 86 times the 50, and that's kind of okay. It's not the worst thing. But if I were to do it properly, what would I really be using instead of the 50? Yeah, 0.50, right? 50% in decimal form. Have y'all seen that? Okay, so just as a quick reminder there. So we got a 43. And just going one by one. On the homework, of course, StatCrunch is going to do most of this stuff for you. But it's still a good thing to know the concept, and honestly, some of them are just easy enough to do this. Are y'all cool with what's going on here? If not, you tell me, say, hey, Chad, and I say, what? At any moment. We're almost done, too. There's only one last mathy thing to do. 100 times 0.05. So the 5%, 0.05. There you go. So the very last thing, all we need to do to find like my total in the whole class is we're just going to add up all these guys together. I want to find the total of all those. And literally that's it. We're done. So I'm going to start adding it up. 43. Oops. Don't go to the last one. 43, 14.4, 19.6, 9.8, and a 5. Did I do it right? Did I add up everything or did I miss something? Because you know how I miss stuff. I missed the 9.8, didn't I? Or did I have a 9.9 instead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so there it is. So a 91.8. So you give me a letter grade. What would that be? An A, of course. Of course that's an A. That's awesome. Is that okay? Again, StatCrunch will do a lot of this for you, but it's good to go through it manually, see what's going on. Do you think I do this for your scores in the class? Like how to see what your grade's going to be? Do I do this? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And also Blackboard does this, so it's kind of like a little bit of both. Okay. Any questions before I move on? You good? Okay, cool. So let's do it again. And this one's a little bit more, like zoom out for a second. Right? Look at this thing. It's just so many words, right? Doesn't that look crazy? So like we got to break it down and see what they're trying to say. But it should be basically what we had just a few minutes ago, okay? So I need 2 different columns, and I'm going to multiply them and then add it all up, and we're done. That's really all I need to do here. So what are those 2 columns supposed to be? And what I think it's going to be is like points and hours. Points and hours. At least this is how I'm thinking, okay? Because in the end, they're wanting a what? A GPA, right? But what does the P stand for? Is points. This kind of means like this is supposed to be your first one. Because we're looking for points in the end. The first one's going to be what like we're really wanting to focus on. Okay, it's kind of like a go-to guide, I guess. So let's start going through this slowly. Y'all can help me because there's a lot going on here, right? So she earned a D in her 4-hour calculus class. Pause. Basically, we're going to do calculus as calculus. Can't even spell that. And basically, we have a D here. I want to say D, and it said 4 hours. So I could definitely say that. But I want a D here. I can't just put a D, though. What would I put instead of D, point-wise? You see right there? Yeah? You see how that D is actually supposed to be like a 1? I want to put D, because that's what they got. But I need like a number for it, right? So they said D is a 1. Yeah? And if you want to make a little note saying like, I got, like, that was a D. That makes sense. It's up to you how you want to style it, of course. Keep cruising. So it says she made a C in 2-hour psychology class. Pause. Psychology. She made a C. So how many points is a C? 2. And how many hours was that again? 2. Yeah. Yep, 2 hours for the psychology, and then C was 2 points. Exactly. Next one. A grade of B in 3-hour chemistry class. Pause. Yep. So yeah, she got a B, and you said 3 points. Yes, very good. And how many hours? 3 hours. It's kind of weird, but hey, there you go. And I think this is the last one. So the writing class. Yep, there you go. A is a 4. And yep, a 5-hour class. Very good. Perfect. Very good. And I think that's it. It was only the 4 classes. So what am I supposed to do with these numbers in between them? What am I doing here? Multiply and then add it up. Very good. Multiply them. And then I'm going to add that up. And basically we should be done. At least I hope so. So this is going to be, I'm going to call it, yep. I'm going to call it product. Again, it just means multiply. So yeah, 1 times 4, 4. 2 times 2, 4. 3 times 3 is 9. And then I got a 20. Now, I'm supposed to add them all up. All right. Now, this is the moment where I'm going to pause. This is the moment I'm going to pause. Y'all know about GPA, right? Y'all know how that works? I mean, when I say it, you kind of know a little bit. Can you have a 39 GPA? That don't make no sense. So something's a little off. Not that it's wrong yet. It's just that we have to do one more little step here, okay? I'm going to show you that here in a second. So almost. You're getting the right idea though. You're getting the right idea. It's going to be like that. So this is what we're going to do. If you go back up to the formula, and I know that we didn't talk about it much, they're dividing by something. See how they're multiplying right here? And this big thing here means sum or like added up. But then they're dividing, and I didn't do that last time. What happened last time was that the percentages, if I add these up, I get 100%. But in decimal form, that would be a what? 1. So I'm taking my number here, and I said divide by 1, same thing. So what we have to do here is add these up and divide by that number here, because it's not going to just make a 1. Yep, exactly. 14, perfect. And then I'm going to take those two numbers and divide them. So I actually got 37 divided by 14. And let's see that one. And there we go, 2.6. Now, does 2.6 sound like a normal GPA for what's going on here? Yeah, that makes sense. She got A's, she got D's. You know, something in between, that sounds legit. So that's the last step. We don't always have to divide. We don't always have to, but here we had to because it was like not a percentage. But you can see the same style, right? Multiply, add. Is this cool? Yeah, awesome. Again, StatCrunch will do most of this, but we're just, making sure here. Cool. Well, so far so good. That's everything that's on the homework. It looks like that. Like this is an actual homework problem, like straight up copy paste. So that's great. Everything's been great so far. I'm going to scroll on. Any questions? Go ahead. I think they go like 1 decimal place normally. I don't remember. They might do 2 decimal places. They'll say though, in the little blue text at the bottom, it'll say round to whatever. Yep. All right, so I know this is going to be tight, but I have to put something right here, okay? I warned you that the homework's a little weird, and I have to show you some things on the homework. So if you can squeeze it, that would be awesome. Here we go. There's a problem on the homework about it's like weights with dollars. They're trying to make like a mix, like candy mix or like a trail mix, something like that. And so let me list them out. It says 4 pounds at $2.82. And then they say 5 pounds, like this is like nuts and raisins or that kind of thing, they'll tell you on the homework. And then I got at 4.08, and then I got 2 pounds at the $2.02. And then they say go ahead and find out what the average is, and they want the average dollars. Okay. So it's kind of similar to what we've already done. It's very similar to this, and I want to start setting it up. Now, like going back, remember how I said, well, in the end, I want a points. So what came first was points, yeah? Here, they want the average dollars. So what will come first is dollars. So I'm going to make a dollars column, and then I'm going to make a pounds column. And I'm just going to start listing out just like we had a second ago, okay? So here we go, 2.82, and we had 4 pounds. The 4.08, we have 5 pounds. And then 2.02, and we had 2 pounds. See, it's like just like what we had a second ago. I'm just wanting to list them out. This is how it looks on the homework, so you have to flip them, you know what I mean? And what do I do with these 2 columns? What do I do between them? I'm going to multiply them. Yep. And then I'm going to add it up. Very good. Yep. Multiply them. And then add them up. So here we go. 1 by 1. Just slowly going. 1 by 1. 2.82. And then this guy. Again, I wanted to show you homework questions that were like different And I know it's not that different, but to me, I felt like, that's not exactly the same. 4.04. Yeah, that's good. And what do I do with this column again? Add them all up. Very good. And it won't be the final answer. I'm going to have to do one last thing. Yep, I'm going to divide. Very good. Yep, divided by the pounds. Very good. That's 9 and 2 makes an 11. And so my final answer, like what they're wanting, would be the 3572 divided by the 11. 3572 divided by 11. And this is the average cost per pound. So there's your average cost, I guess. Average cost. Say that again? The average cost? Oh, this one right here? Oh, let me zoom in. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. 3.25. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was kind of small for sure. Yeah, hey, you're okay. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, let me erase it and make it a lot better there. So yeah, 3.25. Perfect. Yeah. Cool. Thank you for telling me. This is good. And think about it for a second. Looking at what they had here for this many of that many pounds, and they're saying this is my average cost per pound. Does that make about sense? I wouldn't have said $35 per pound. I mean, that's weird. That's more like the total. So I'm just looking for how many per pound. Like if you mix it all up, I say put it in a little baggie, a 1 pound baggie. How much would it be? Cool. Awesome. So that's on the homework. I literally did a homework problem, and I would almost recommend that you do it like, you do it like you see it here, because it's not too hard to do it by hand. There are some that just stat crunch for sure, but this one here might be a by hand one. Okay, I'm going to keep cruising. So they have the same formula here, and I'm not really too concerned about that, honestly. And then they have more stuff here. It says find the mean, we can actually do this one very quickly. You see, they even have the X and the F, like I was mentioning earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply it. Oops. And then we're going to add up our columns. So notice, like, it's horizontal, like shrug. You know what I mean? Okay. It's all the same, right? We're just going to multiply them straight down. I want y'all's help a little bit. 30 times 3? 90. 33 times 4? Is it 132 or something? Yeah, that sounds about right. 4 times 4 is 16. So that would be 160. And then finally, 50. Love it. Remember that we're supposed to add these up. So we're going to add the frequency, like the second column, and then we're going to add these guys together. And then at the end, what do I do with the two numbers that I'm adding up? Say it one more time. Divide them. Is it too small again? I'm sorry. Sorry, that was me. Is that a little better? Yeah, and the projector's not that great. It's old. I think I've had the same projector for like 15 years. Welcome to CTC. Oh, that would be recorded. Well, we can always get a new projector in here. That'd be awesome. Some of the other classrooms use like the big televisions now, and I mean they're okay, but I don't know. I think these are bigger than the big televisions. And yeah, one more time again. What do I do with these two numbers? Divide them. So you take them, you divide, and then we get our average. Now I didn't even read the problem here. I don't even know what they're really talking about. This is not as much a homework problem. This is one just a demo question. But yeah, just more practice, I think. Yeah. Cool. But like I think the last three, or at least the last two, were definitely homework. 100% sure on that one. Exactly. I don't know. It didn't say. Right. Well, I can at least say it's an average. It's an average, but if you're looking here, maybe if we look at what the scores are, um, maybe those could be like ages. I don't know. You got 3 30-year-olds, 33 or 4 33-year-olds. I don't know. That's kind of weird. And you're like, what's the average age? Yeah. That I guess that kind of makes sense. But they didn't say. See, it says just find the average, blah, blah, blah. And it didn't say. So it's kind of hard to know if that made sense. Hello. Right, exactly. Cool, though? Good practice? Maybe this should have been a you do, or maybe the next one will be. Ha ha ha! It's the same numbers. It's okay. It's the same numbers. So there's a small change here. See, it was looking for average. We did what we did. It was easy. But now it says find the median, as in like the middle. Now, just between you and me, there's a formula there. Yay! But I would rather do it manually. I want to just see it. I want to know what it looks like. And so let me show you what I mean by that. See, there's 3 of these 30s. So I'm going to say 30, 30, 30. There's like 3 of them. I'm just listing them out. How many 33s? 1, 2. Oh, man. See, I'm getting dyslexic all of a sudden. 2, 3, 4. 4 40s. Very good. And then the 150. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Now, they're saying when I list it all out in order, where's the middle? I want to know where the middle is. So I'm going to basically count to the middle. And I don't know where that is yet, but here we go. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's like basically right between those two guys. And if you remember how this works, if it's right between two numbers, you basically just like take the average between them. But what's the average between 33 and 33? It's 33, exactly. So there you go. It's pretty straightforward. I don't even know why they have this formula here. That's fine and all, but if you just list it out, it's good. So I think that they would say that we have 3, 4, 4, and 1. So that would be 12 total. And so, like, if I'm using a formula, then I would say I have 12, and then plus 1 divided by 2 is 13 over 2 is like 6.5. So I'm looking for the 6.5 element. And so I'm just going to start counting 6.6 and a half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a half. Same thing. Yep. And so I think that like listing it out makes more sense, you know, but the formula is okay too. Either way is fine. Cool. Is that good? Cool. Yeah. What's up? It's just if you want to. I think it works both ways. But like even this, if you go to StatCrunch, it'll tell you the median and stuff automatically. So by hand, what would you do? It's up to you. Either way is fine. It's a good question. It's good. Okay. Cool. Keep scrolling. I need to go out just a tiny bit here to get all this stuff. Okay. Hold on. See, I told you that this section's a little weird. What I want to do at this moment is I don't want to do that by hand, right? We need to start doing some StatCrunch. So what I'm going to do real quick is pull up StatCrunch, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. You don't have to. This is more of a show and tell because I'm not really doing like the homework yet. I'm just using the homework to pull up just StatCrunch at all. So this is more of a show and tell, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like through this problem. Okay, and then, okay. So I need to put them into my 2 different columns, right? And again, I'm just kind of doing show and tell. So I got like a 19, a 20, a 21, 20. Oh, it's just all the numbers going down. Okay. Well, Chad, if it's all the numbers, don't mess it up. Okay, so those are all my numbers. Then I start putting in my frequencies. Again, just more of a show and tell. Just wanted to say like, hey, look look at how cool this thing is, and blah, blah, blah. We'll get back to the actual homework here later. Is this okay so far? So I need to put all this in and like get an answer. So summary stats, columns? Well, kinda. See, what we're doing is now we have two columns. And I want to like mush them together. So there's a new way to go just for this stuff, very specific, group bin data. So if you're writing stuff down, like, hey, where do I go in StatCrunch? This is it right here. So I'm going to start writing it down. So here we go, StatCrunch. We're going to go stats, summary stats, and then group bin data. And then we're just going to click two things and it'll be done. Very quick and easy, of course, once you're doing StatCrunch. See you later. Yeah, have a good day. We were having so much fun. Cool. Group bin data. Here we go. Bloop. Oh yeah, what's up? Not in this class. That's a great question, though. That's good. So I'm going to click var1, var2, basically the first and a second, and this is just going to do everything for you. So I'm going to hit compute. So are y'all cool with first and second? Very easy, right? Click it, and we get all our numbers. So it says, hey, find the mean, median, mode. Okay, so my mean is done, 24.57. My median, that's already up there, isn't it? 25? Like, it just tells you everything you need. Now, the mode is interesting. We can go back and find it. Because if you, like, click everything, mode's at the bottom, right? Compute, and scroll over. Oh. That's interesting. So how about this? Mode means most. I'm looking for the most out of all this. Which one is the most? Yes, and there you go. That's why it said multiple, right? There's two of them. So if I had to put it in the box, I'd be like doing this, I guess. I don't know. So there's your two modes, the mosts, all that stuff. And that was it. Are y'all okay with StatCrunch? Group bin data. Yep. Summary stats, group bin data. Yep. It's the one time we're using it because we're using two columns. So we're using like multiples, groups, I guess you can call them. Yeah, good question. Yeah. It just so happens, like we're looking, so what's the most prevalent? Well, we have two of them that are identical and they're both the most. So yeah, it's just a weird occurrence. If you had to give it a name, it's called bimodal. Bi meaning two, so there's two modes. Yeah, it's just, that's technical, and I guess StatCrunch just said, I don't know. So, is that okay? Good questions. This is good. So, can you see how StatCrunch is better? And when you get to the homework, you're just going to click that button, go bloop, and it's done. So, it's going to be super awesome. Let's keep cruising. Wow, that's a huge formula that you don't need to do. Have we ever done that crazy formula? No way, not in this class. So here it says, find the mean, find the standard deviation. Okay, here we go. Man, some kids out there are really getting it. I know, make it all scary and stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's just weird. Okay, thank you. Is that 19,77214? All right, y'all are going to tell me, where am I going to click? Yep, group data, you got it. First one, the first one, second one, the second one. Nothing new here. And there's your answers. You're done. Like, the end. Remember how it says the sample standard deviation? So that means just the regular one that you see here. You don't have to change anything. It's already done. So yeah, there it is. Cool. That was it. Yeah. Okay. All good. All good. Cool. Any questions about StatCrunch? It's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. Okay. The next question is not on the homework correctly. Okay. So yeah, let's. If y'all are good, I'm good. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Okay, this one here is an excellent question. It truly is great. I love the workbook. I think it's awesome. Your homework is not like this, and this is a way easy problem. The homework is radically weird. It's so strange. It makes no sense. So I'm not going to even do this. I'm literally just going to leave this because it's so different. It's not even worth talking about. Okay, it's such a great problem here in the workbook, but it's not the same. So we got to move on. I'm going to not do it, but I will go back to the homework. No doubt, I'm going to show you that stuff. Okay. I have some notes though. Like basically, we're done. But we're not, because I have to like fill in a lot of stuff that I have for your workbook here. So these are like little notes that I wrote down. So if my math lab uses the mu, it'll be a mean. And this little sigma thing is population standard deviation. We talked about how the population version needs to be the unadjusted. Oops. Unadjusted. So like if they use that little sigma little thingy, we have to use the unadjusted standard deviation in StatCrunch. Okay, so that's just a little note. You'll see that on the homework for sure. Okay, it'll pop up. Another one I have, like at least on the homework right now, number 6 on the homework. It says that the counts must be integers. Okay, I'm going to write that down. So on number 6, it says the counts must be integers. And what happens in StatCrunch is that it's like an error. It will say like error, and then it'll talk about that and blah, blah, blah. It's very confusing. Let me give you what we're going to do, and I'm writing it down so that we can go back and do it in a minute. It'll give you like a 28.7, and what you need to type in is 287. If they give you a 31.5, then you make it a 315. And I'm just giving you the numbers that I had for practice on what we're going to be doing here, okay? Are y'all seeing that all I'm doing is removing the decimal place? Is that okay? Okay. Now, I'm only saying on number 6, you're going to go to StatCrunch and you're just going to hit go. And it's easy. Normally, you just hit go and you're done. It's truly easy, except here on number 6, it'll go error, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's when I'm like, oh, wait, Chad said something. I need to go back and change my decimals into whole numbers. Then it'll work. Okay? So I have to warn you ahead of time. I have one last thing I need to do. Okay? I'm almost done with this. So one last note. I'm just going to have to put it in the box here. Sorry. That's a weird, funky star now. So to get the graph, what we're going to use is graph and then bar plot and then with summary. They're going to ask for this here. And then you have to eventually do order by worksheet. Order by, and you put worksheet. These are just notes for whenever we go to the homework here in a minute. And it's like, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. Now you have at least a little note that says, hey, Chad talked about it a little bit. I know it's kind of cryptic right now, but you'll see it here, like right now. This is just a reminder. That's all it is, okay? So order by worksheet, okay? When we have to get a graph. Any questions? Yeah, go ahead. That's a good question. When we review for the test, I'm gonna check it over with you guys and make sure if there is something that does like that. I'm gonna ask to have it not on there because it's not a good thing for the test. Okay, but we'll see when we get there together. Yeah, together. We'll do that together for sure. That's a great question. Are y'all okay with what I wrote down? I want to do the homework now, okay? So I'm going to pull up the homework. We're going to go through it one by one. And out of all the sections, I would almost want to do this one. Yeah. Bar plot with summary. Yep. I'm sorry my handwriting's so bad. But thank you. Okay. Yeah. Graph, bar plot with summary. And then we're going to order by worksheet. Order by worksheet. Is that okay? Cool. Okay, I'm going to go to the homework now. That was just a reminder. So here we go. Number 1, homework. So it says, we got all these plans. We got this number of students. What's the average? StatCrunch. StatCrunch every time I can. Like if it says something like, oh, you can do StatCrunch. Yeah. Hey, I want to find the average. Where am I going to click? Oh no. What now? Say it again. Stat. Summary stats. Group bin data. I got 2 different columns. I do that. The first one with the first, the second with the second. Hit compute. We should be done. It's just going to be that easy for like 90% of them. Whoa, Chad. That was way too much. All right, here we go. Let's see if it works. 34.52. And there it is. Like that was it. That was the entire problem. Cool, right? Keep cruising? I can. So I see this little thing here, and I'm like, oh yeah, StatCrunch for sure. So I pull it up, and then summary stats, group bin data, because I have the 2 different columns, group bin data. And then I just click the first one with the first one, second one with the second one. First with the first, second with the second. Cool? Excellent. Great question. Okay, good? Keep cruising. I'm looking for something hard. It says find the sample standard deviation. What would you do? StatCrunch, exactly. I'm going to move on then, because that's the same copy paste. Okay, whoa. This is that problem. Oh, here we go. This is where I start getting angry. Okay. Remember that problem I said that I would skip, and that was way different on the homework? This is it. This is that problem. So I'm recording. That's good. I'm here with you. If you have the homework up, that's great. If you don't, you just want to watch, that's fine. Here we go. I'm going to show you what to do. It says find the midpoint. Basically like right in the middle. And so I'm going to start using my fingers a little bit because they're kind of small numbers. So I got 61, 62, 63, 64. Okay, so I got like 4 elements in there. Right in the middle then, what do you expect that middle would be there? Yeah, 62.5. Very good. Okay, that was easy. 65, 66, 67. 66, I like it. What about 68, 69? Exactly, right in the middle there. Very good. Now, this is just strange. The midpoint for just 70. It's 70. I know, that's weird. This has nothing to do... okay, sorry. I shouldn't go on a tangent here. Between 71 and 72? Yep, 71.5. Very good. 73, 74, 75, 76. Yep, 74.5. Perfect. And the last one, 77, 78, 79, 80. 78, 78.5, right? Okay, here we go. Check it. Oh, what did I do wrong? At least one of them's incorrect. Okay, hold on. 77, 78, 79, 80. That is 78.5. Oh, I'm about to get angry. See, this is exactly the kind of stuff that I don't like. Why is it saying I'm wrong? Ooh, here we go. Let's check it again. All right. Nah, man. This is so rage quit. Let me just tell you, okay? Like, man. Okay. If you notice what my answers were, they were always off by what? A half. Yeah. Do you know what it was? Yeah. This is so nitpicky. It's so mean. See, they're not going from 61 to 64 like they said. Yeah, exactly. They're going from 61 to 65. Oh, it's so annoying. Yeah, exactly. This is not the way it should be, guys. I'm telling you, this problem shouldn't belong on the homework, and I advocated. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I got it all wrong. I want to go back and do it right. So how do I get 100 on this thing? You can do like view an example or something, and you just X out of it, and it'll just like start over, I think. Help me solve it. X out. There we go. I don't have to go and do the whole problem. Just, cancel it. Okay, so between 61 and 65, I think that was supposed to be 63 now, 63.0, essentially. I don't think you need the 0. Okay, between 65 and 68, so 65, 66, 67, 68. Yep, 66.5. Between 68 and 70, 69, yep, I don't need that point 0. We're going to fight the system here. Between 70 and 71, there we go. 71 to 73, perfect. 73 to 77, yes. And then now, yes. So we're going now, like what would be the next numbers? 81, right? So then we're going to 81. So 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. So right in the middle, yeah, you said it. It was 79. Oh, is it? Did I do it wrong? Did we stop at the 80? Is that what they said last time? We stop at the 80. Y'all are right. We stop at the 80. So there we go. But see, I could have gotten it wrong again. Thank you. That was good. And hey, you know what's so funny about these numbers? Didn't they look the same as what I just had done? You know what I mean? I got it wrong, and then I saw the answers. Sorry, something in my eye. Really? Isn't that crazy? So now they're picky about everything else, but the last one, we're cool either way. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, so that one apparently 79 or 79 is okay there. Okay, so it says what's the average? This is going to be way better ish. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 columns in StatCrunch, but not these numbers. At least I don't think. We're going to use something else. But let's try it. I'm going to just try to be silly. I'm going to try to be silly. And wow, there's a lot going on. I'm going to do temperature and frequency and just see what happens. I'm just going to see what happens. And they're going to yell at me and say, no, you're wrong. So I'm going to do the first one and then the last one. I'm just going to try it. Just want to try it. And it's totally going to be wrong according to them at least. So my mean, 70.2. See, so they're going to say it's wrong. I have to go back and change these numbers here. All of these numbers have got to change to be the midpoint. So all the numbers we just had is what I'm putting in there now. This is why you come to class, right? So you can see me get it wrong right in front of you. But this is also why I record it, so you can go back later and say, wow, Chad, that was crazy. What did you do? So I changed them all to the midpoint numbers. Now let's do it again. So yeah, go ahead. It will change it. I wonder if it accepts both. We're gonna let's try 79 and see what happens. I would like to try both, but once you get it right, they'll just say, "Oh, you're done," and they move on. So here now it's 70.7, and it worked. So yeah, it probably is okay with either one. And then it says sample standard deviation. We already got that. 3.44. Oh, 3.4, I guess. There you go. Okay, we did it. We're done. Whew. Please, if you have any questions, now is the time. I don't mind. I don't want to, but I could do the whole thing over again. I don't want to. You tell me. Yeah, I don't want to either. Any questions? This is an annoying problem, but you'll never see it again. Okay? This shouldn't be on. This is definitely not a test question. There's no way. Okay, I'm gonna move on. The rest is actually much better. I promise. I truly promise. Like that was the one question that was not cool. Okay, so moving forward, they say, hey, find the average. And again, this is just going to be StatCrunch. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to keep cruising, okay? I want to see a new problem. It says find the average. I mean, I might as well just do one. Let's just go ahead and do it just in case. Just in case, so I make sure I'm doing it right, yeah? Notice they have the lower and upper frequency stuff. You don't need any of that. I'm just going to go right into it, okay? So, summary stats, group bin data, the first and the last. The first and the last. Here we go. 2, 4, 6, 7. Whole number. Yeah, see? No big deal. Standard deviation. 993. Whole number. 933. Gosh. You see it though? Oh! You call it, man. Am I dyslexic? Yeah, it's true. If I've come this far. Okay. You're not alone. It's okay. Are we good? I'm not worried about these problems. I'm worried about the other ones. Remember I told you about this one? The mean? Yeah. And then the next one's going to be standard deviation. So let's do this one. Again, StatCrunch. Not hard. Nothing new here. Just want to make sure that y'all see what we're doing here. So stat. Summary stats. Group bin data. First and last. Oh. Is this number 6? Oh, look, we're on number 6. I told you. Didn't I say it? Look, counts must be integers. I told you that, didn't I? On number 6. Good thing I did this homework beforehand. So, this is that problem we mentioned. And I was supposed to change these decimals into whole numbers. That's all I'm doing. So here, and you can do it in a separate column or you can write over it. It doesn't matter. 28, 5. 309, 325, 229. You see? It says change it to whole numbers, so I did. Change it to integers, so I did. Now when I go back and do it with this new var 5, it'll work. See, the last one now, var 5. Just go ahead and put that column in, I guess. Or you could just replace what you had. Now it works. Now it's okay. 43.84. Cool. Oh, what does that mean right there? That little sigma thing. Standard deviation. Exactly. We go with that. 10.669 rounded. Right? 10.69 rounded. Oh, it worked. It should not have worked. It should not have worked. But it did anyways. Can I show you what it should have done? We should have said, oh, that's the population one. Did you remember that from the workbook I wrote? I said, hey, when you see that, that's the population version. So what I'm going to do is go back and do that population. Just in case it doesn't work for you, what does it look like? We're looking for the unadjusted. So I have to highlight all these guys right here. And you can see one of those is the unadjusted. Unadjusted. I guess it rounds almost the same and they're okay with that. Yeah, in this case. But on another one, it might be different enough that they're angry with you, okay? So now you see it? Unadjusted. That means population. Yep, you got it. Cool. Let's keep cruising. Same thing here. Not worried about it. This one looks like a lot. You want me to do it? Shrug. Yeah, I know. It's not that big. Basically, they have males. So you do the males, and then next they'll say females, and you do the females. So again, not a big deal there. Oh, didn't we do that on the workbook? That's a copy paste. That's a copy paste from the workbook. I want to see something. Okay. Sometimes if you highlight it, it'll give you the numbers that change a little bit. So, okay. Didn't we see this one? Wasn't this the first one we did today? Yeah, we did that one. That was the first one we did today. So, do you want me to do it again? Okay, good. Last one. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and this is the pounds and the dollars thing, right? Trail mix. So I warned you about that one too. Cool? Cool. Any questions on this? We still got a little bit of time. I'd love to go back to the workbook now for the other section. But any questions? This is you, man. This is why you come to class, right? Yay. Well, for attendance, right? Okay, thanks. Yeah, because it's not for a grade. You know that, right? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Let's keep cruising. I think is this the last section of 3? I can't remember. No, it's not. Okay, so yeah, let's go through this a little bit. We don't have to go very far because we'll be leaving here pretty soon. Okay, so 3.4. First thing, I don't care what they're talking about up here. This is a huge, huge thing. Z-scores. Very, very important going forward. We're going to see Z-scores come up through literally the rest of the class. So let's talk about what they are now, right? Just as a concept. It's the bell curve all over again. So if I did a bell curve, instead of putting numbers down here, what if I just put 0, 1, 2 on this side, -1, -2? What Z-scores do is they indicate where you are on the bell curve. Okay, so my boss has a story. I'm gonna use her story. Okay, she brought her baby. So this has been a while, many years. Brought her baby to the doctor, and they weighed the baby. Of course, they always weigh babies, and they say, "Oh, your baby has a Z-score of like -0.9, something like that, -0.9." Well, like, where would that be on the bell curve? Yeah, it's like around right here, -0.9. So pretty average, a little less than the actual average, but still pretty average. You know what I mean? You can see that right there. Or you go and do the baby, and the baby's like, oh, a Z-score of 2.1. That's like way over here, man. 2.1's a lot. You know what I mean? So that's a heavy baby. It's a big baby. So you can see that the number means a lot, right? And so they'll give you one little number that changes like the whole outlook of what's going on here, okay? So that's how we're going to view this going forward. Now, this is your formula, and we're going to use that a lot. Let's do it with this first question. So they have a mean of this much and a standard deviation of that much for tires. And then they say, what Z-score are these guys? Where are they on the bell curve? Is this an unusual event? Is this weird, or is this normal? That kind of stuff, okay? So let's start doing it. Z-score. The formula is the value, like the number they gave you, minus the mean divided by standard deviation. So 33,000 minus my mean was 38, then all divided by 2,100. You guessed it, calculator. Yeah. 33000. Oh, let me do some formula, some parentheses. 38000. Awesome. -2.38. Huh. -2.38. So zero's in the middle. -1, -2. This is way over here at -2.38. Like, that's the answer, you're done. But I want to talk about like what that means. The twos range is actually the usual range. This twos right here, we've already seen this before. That's 95%. That's 95% between the 2 and the -2. Okay, so our score here is outside of that zone. So what I would say is this is now unusual. And think about it for a second. You bought tires that say 38,000 miles. You come in with only 33,000 miles on them, and they're like shredded or something, right? That's unusual. That's not right. If you went to the tire place, if they got like a certain calculator for that kind of thing, you might get a discount on the next one, or you might get refunded or something because it's like not supposed to happen. Or maybe you're doing donuts in the parking lot. It might happen. Nobody knows about that. Is that making sense though? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, and the mean and all that stuff. Maybe I don't remember seeing that. But maybe. I mean, that's definitely not outside the realm. Yeah, good question. That's good. All right, so 36,000, 38. Knowing what we just did a second ago, do you think that this would be unusual? Yeah, let's check it then, because it's still less than average. So this time I got a negative 0.95. Yeah. So it's like you just mentioned just now, not unusual actually. Yeah, this is a fairly normal one. It's somewhere right here. It's less than average, but it's not unusually so. So this is, I would almost call this one usual. Usual. Did I spell that wrong? Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. Usual. There you go. All right, last one. 32,000. Knowing what we've seen, is this going to be unusual? Is this unusual? What do you think? Yeah, this one definitely should be, for sure. Because it's even less than the other one. Yep. Negative 2.857. And so, yeah, this would be unusual yet again. Way, way out there. Almost to the 3 mark, and 3 is very unusual. So that was like a whole lot of donuts in the parking lot. Yeah. Or of course you got like one tire fire. You know what I mean? That happens too. That's a joke. Okay, whatever. Okay, cool. This is an interesting one and kind of pertinent to some of us. It says that we have the SATs and the ACTs. Which one's going to be better based on what I scored? What should I be sending off to the schools to show that I'm like way cool? You know what I mean? So the SAT has its own average and its own standard deviation, and I on the SAT made this much, or Roger did. So like I want to do the SAT and just see what it looks like. So again, value minus mean divided by standard deviation. What's the first number I should put here? Yep, 1350. Yep, minus, what's my average? 1026 divided by, yep, 209. Very good, thank you. Excellent. Let's see what it looks like. You know what's funny? Like you can almost do this for yourself now and say like, oh, you know, this is what I got on the SAT. They might even tell you a Z-score or like a percentile or something of what that score means. So 1.55. Like on the bell curve, there's 0, there's 1, there's 2. So it's like right around here, 1.55. That's not bad. That looks pretty good, right? So now let's do the ACT. We got Z equals. What should I do for ACT? What's my first number? 29 minus. Yep, and divided by 4.8. It's kind of hiding there. Yeah. 29 minus 21 divided by 4.8. And here I got 1.67 essentially. And so if I had to, it'd be a little bit further. So which is better? Like which one's showing that like I'm smarter essentially? Which one's like, ooh, yeah, the ACT, very good. The ACT is bigger. It's further away from the average. It says I'm smarter. Now it's not by much, but it is something. So if you had to make a decision between one or the other, ACT for sure says more about you. Cool. Okay, cool. See, this is an actual like pertinent thing. You know what I mean? It happens. Okay. We got a few more minutes. I don't want to jump into the next topic. What I'm going to do is one more little mini topic. I have like something I have to like fit inside here real quick, and then I'm going to be done for the day because I don't want to go on to this topic yet. It's a whole new topic. Is that okay? I think we did a lot of good stuff today. So yeah, last little thing. So this is on the homework, and I wanted to tell you about it so you have it. Okay, they're going to ask about a minimum score needed. The minimum score needed. Okay. And they give you some numbers. They say that the mean is 300. Oops, I put 3,000. And they say the standard deviation is 26. And they want to go 1.5 standard deviations away. Okay, now that's kind of weird. Like, I'm just going to draw like a little bell curve to show you what's going on. That is really bad. Let me start over. Okay, there you go. So this is 0, of course. This is 1. This is 2. And they want to be right here. They're like, what number would fall in that place if I had to have like a real number? Like 1.5 is where it is on the bell curve. But what number would that be? So we have to have a formula. I'm just going to give you what the formula looks like for these guys. So you're going to need 300 plus 26 times 1.5 in the calculator. And what you're going to do on your homework is you're just going to replace the numbers as needed, okay? So this is my number, but you're kind of using this like a formula in a way. Does that make sense? Like if you got like 200 or you got 25, then you just put it in the way it says. Good? Now you know that's on the homework. You do that one little part and you're done, okay? So it's very easy. We'll start this next topic next time. Again, it's brand new. It's fun. It's easy. But yeah, new topic. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Peace out, homies.